Do you want an SEO strategy that attracts buyers who are already comparing brands and ready to pick one? And it all comes down to one word, and that is alternatives. And this is because when someone searches that, they're basically saying, I'm done browsing, just give me an alternative to what I have right now. And that can be you. In this video, I'm going to show you how the alternative SEO strategy works, why it normally outperforms a normal SEO strategy, and how to execute it step by step. So let's get to it. The first strategy we're going to do is competitor plus alternative. It's my favorite one because we're getting traffic from competitors to our website. So here I have a client of mine that sold watches, and this is a competitor of them, and then the alternative variable. And here's the full blog reviewing what is the best alternative. And we mentioned different competitors, but there we are. We are the alternative. It's actually surprisingly simple to achieve this. All you have to do is go to ChatGPT. And in this case, because the brands were very popular, we asked for the 50 most popular watch brands with a very simple prompt. And there they were. All of them here, and all you have to do is copy and paste them. And then you have to go to Ahrefs or SEMrush, any of them works, and you need to put alternatives, so you see all the keywords in the world that contain any of those two words. And then in include right here, we're going to put all those competitor names, so they must also include the competitor name. And what we see here is all of them: Cartier Tank Alternative, Rolex Explorer Alternative, and all of these. One thing to keep in mind is that this first strategy might only work for you if your competitors are very famous, like for this client. If they're not, or their brands are not famous, you can just do strategy number 2 that comes next. But for my client, you could see that this one made a lot of sense. Cartier Santos Alternative. I think it's actually a rectangle watch, just like my client's is, and it has good volume going up. And what we did here is look at the SERPs and the results, and there were two things that show me that we could create a page and rank. The first one was because Google was actually ranking Reddit #1 as well as a YouTube video. And most of the times, not always, but most of the times, if Google is ranking a Reddit form or a video, it could mean that it didn't find a true website result that targets exactly that intent correctly. And secondly, because this website right here, number 2, they have a 403 code here, and they actually have a DR that's not the best. So that also gives me a chance that we could rank. And we did exactly that. And at the moment we're ranking number 5. In the past it was number 2, number 3. And you can see over time, this page actually gave almost 3,000 clicks. This is extremely valuable. These customers are not just customers that looking for information and landing a normal blog. This is a blog, it is an informational page, but these people do have a transactional intent almost close to it because they're knowledgeable enough to know the market and a competitor of yours. And they know enough about it that they don't like that they search alternative, and they want something different to that because they might not like that watch or it's too expensive. So it's a very educated customer, and that increases the chances that will actually convert in your website. If you do find an opportunity like this for your website and you don't know what to do next after this step, just watch this video. It's in the description and in the card right here, so you know what to do next. But go at the end, because the second strategy that's coming next is one of the best ones. So now the second strategy, the good thing about this one is that it probably works for every niche. You don't have to have those big famous competitors for it to work. You basically need to think of something that can be a product or a service that is similar to what you offer, but not the same. And therefore, your service is the alternative to what people could be searching. It makes sense with an example. You can see this client right here that they sell signs. So why not just go with neon? Neon alternative. My client is an alternative to a neon sign. And then just look around. You can look around and see there's actually not so many keywords related to this, but this one caught my eye a lot: wedding neon sign alternative. So they could want something completely different to a neon sign, but that is still similar, is still a light or something decorative, or a different type of neon sign. We're not really sure what they want or what they mean with alternative. So one thing to understand is to open the keyword and actually see the results. Whether it's a blog or a TikTok or a Reddit, what is it that people are talking about? And you'll be able to understand if your product or service is that alternative. And in this case, after looking a little bit, I did see that we had a product, and it's this one right here, that could be an alternative to a wedding neon sign. Don't get me wrong, it's a stretch. You can see it's a huge screen right here, but it is an alternative to a neon sign. So we could create a blog that mentions all the different alternatives, and we mention our product to see if we could get sales. The crucial thing here is that you make sure that your product product or service is the right alternative. You can see here I'm stretching it a little bit, like someone just probably wants a neon sign, so it's something, just maybe a different type of light. They don't want the 40-meter screen, so I might not get sales, but I'm confident it is relevant enough. So it's all about that choice. And another example that's slightly different would be here. My client sells fuels and all types of fuels. So I went and put the word fuel, alternatives, there it is. And this one actually has quite a lot of keywords. And after scrolling a little bit, I saw aviation fuel alternatives. That made sense. Looking at the results, we see some pages that might not work. They have a 403 forbidden code. We have a 54, it's not a bad DR, but it's not great, a 42. So I think it makes sense to actually go and create a page. Now, the reason why this example is a little bit different is because we do offer the aviation fuels right here, but you can see that we offer also other fuels, different types of fuels. So it doesn't need to be only something that you don't offer, but you are relevant to it, or a smart alternative, that the first example, you can offer that. So they don't want what you offer exactly, but you do offer also the alternative. So if we now go and create a page speaking about our jet fuels, but the alternative jet fuels, whatever that means, maybe it's a different type of jet fuel, or we can create a page also mentioning different types of fuels that could be used in a jet, but they are not really a jet fuel. So the easy part is to search alternatives and what's related to your business. The tricky part is to actually look at all these results and see if they're relevant SEO-wise by opening it in a new tab, and if your business is truly the alternative or it isn't. If it isn't, or it's too much of a stretch, it's not worth going for it. Now, if you want to rank for AI overviews with that page you're going to create, you just have to go to watch this video right here that'll give you the exact steps to execute that. And now is your turn. Let's go.